How's that throat working for you?
It's not going well. I'm quite intrigued as to what I actually sound like as a recording.
I'm joined today by special guest star, Geordie soul singer, Larry White.
And here we are. Yeah, I don't know if I could sing in this state. Yesterday I was struggling trying to explain the rules of a game quite loudly in a loud pub. I think that's what's made this a lot worse. In fact, I was trying to loudly explain something. It didn't work out well.
Not all the gravel you've been eating, or...
No, I notoriously eat gravel all the time. That's why I have such strong, shardy teeth. Yeah. I don't have strong, shardy teeth at all.
You're going to have to all listen up this episode, because, Mumbles over here is going to be...
I'm trying my best to enunciate.
Well, let's watch some cartoons.
I think we should. It's been a while.
Hello and welcome back to the first 2018 Space Jam Continuum. I'm Chris McLennan.
I'm Carl Noble.
And welcome back to the show where we try to make a cohesive cinematic universe out of something that was never meant to be one. It's been a while since we watched any cartoons, Cal.
It has been a while. Like the last episode we did, we got merry and
didn't watch any cartoons at all.
No, and we made stuff up about Lobster Santa.
Yeah, it was something like that.
I think so.
I need to listen back to that episode because I can't really remember a lot of things we decided.
I was a little bit drunk.
I'm
not going to lie.
A little bit squiffy.
Like, we'd had ourselves a pretty good afternoon of eating burgers, drinking beer, and then we were like, yeah, let's have some mulled wine and
record a podcast
about Christmas.
But we're back. I'd like to say, we're back and. In full form, but You're not. You're sickly, and you sound like I don't know what you sound like.
I think I sound as bad as I feel, so that's good.
Oh, so not that bad.
No. I mean, like cycling my bike over here, I was a little bit worried that I was going to crash because my vision was going a bit weird. But I had my helmet on, so I was being safe.
You sensible soul.
I know, right?
It's good for you to set this example for everyone.
Well, I see why not have my helmet on. It's next to my bike. When I get my bike out, I, have to consciously decide to not put my helmet on. And if you're on the roads, you need a helmet.
Well, you do if you're going to pass out sick.
Right, yeah.
in the street.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
You got away with it this time.
Well, I was just committed to getting around here and watching cartoons and talking about them.
Let's get started with that. The next one, by our usual rule, is a little Two Curious Puppies number. It says Snow Time for Comedy. This might be the Christmas episode we required, although it is from August 30th, 1941. But yeah, if you're watching along at home, and you should, we're watching Snow Time for Comedy, August 30th, 1941.
Is it going to be... Why is there snow in August?
How'd that make you feel, Cal?
Yeah, good. There's several things that I need to bring up, I think.
Okay.
One, why is the beaver building a dam on an already frozen lake?
I don't know.
What's he damming up?
So he doesn't have to do it when the
yeah, but as soon as it melts, the dam's just going to
but he's done half of
fall.
It.
Like, you think he's going to do the underwater bit later?
Yeah, as it melts, he'll just chuck a little bit of...
But the thing is, damming a lake, the middle of it, what's the point? It's not flowing. What's he damming up?
I don't know. He has his own customs.
He's got his own agenda, but he's quick at it, though.
He is quick. Like, the first time they smashed his dam, I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
They rebuilt it 4 times.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And
it's only a 7-minute cartoon.
In quick succession. He's really good at that. But then, so every time they smashed the dam, I mean, we should kind of explain how the whole cartoon goes.
Yeah, give us the skinny.
So, Two Curious Puppies. They've got a bone. Chasing it down a hill. Bone gets away from them. They're both trying to get the bone. Sliding down this big snowy hill. It's not Christmassy at all. It's just winter in August. So they get down onto the frozen lake. The bone skitters off across the frozen lake. Now, these dogs the larger of the two carries serious momentum.
Yeah.
Like, serious momentum.
You don't want to get in that dog's way.
No, I'm thinking he's like Juggernaut from X-Men.
Yeah.
Like, once he gets going, there ain't no stopping him. But, it's just a bone-chasing episode. That's what the whole thing is. And they get into various bits of trouble on their own and together, chasing this bone. But the momentum thing gets me onto, like, the physics of it. So, momentum, for that dog, I don't know, it seems to be working different for one dog to another dog. Maybe because he's denser. But how dense is he?
Maybe there's something inherent in a character that dictates how
much momentum they've got. Yeah, but the thing is, for the bigger dog, the one that had all the momentum, he ended up with, like, a weird action having an opposite and equal reaction. So he carried on in one direction, went just about to get the bone, snapped his jaws, and then got sent back the other way at increasing speed and slammed into the tree that he slammed into earlier.
Yeah.
So there's Newton's second law of motion, I believe. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, but it's but I wouldn't say that was equal and opposite.
Well, no, but
it has an unequal and opposite reaction.
So that doesn't work.
And perpetually increasing.
And entropy doesn't work.
No.
Because every time they smashed through the dam, they always came out on the other side surrounded by the wood from the dam in varying shapes. Once it was a boat, once it was a house, another time it was some sort of like teepee. The big snowball turned into a giant version of one of the puppies.
Yeah.
Now,
there's a lot of will.
Yes, that doesn't, like, the laws of entropy do not allow that to happen. So in their universe, momentum doesn't work. Not the way it should.
And entropy.
But
the entropy thing actually makes quite a lot of sense based on what we've seen before, and that, like, a lot of things gain sentience.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, so, I mean, did that wood get stressed out? Did that snow get stressed out?
And turn into a version of what was inside it?
But I didn't know what to do.
Sorry, I'm just coughing a lung up. There we go, I'm alright, I'm back.
You didn't know what to do.
No, that's fair enough.
Speaking of willpower, though.
Yeah.
So, we've watched a fair few Two Curious Puppies episodes.
Yes.
And they've always been largely inconsequential to our universe.
I'd say so, yeah.
So what is the agenda of the agency or the portal in opening up the portal on these two curious puppies so often?
Well, that's it, because, like, once or twice you could go, it's just the accidental opening of the portal.
Yeah, but it's definitely...
But it's guiding at them.
It's definitely chosen at least that little puppy to open on. Because the big dog has changed several times and been absent at least once.
Possibly the agency has a plan for these two. And, maybe they're hoping to catch the sentient moment.
Maybe, but it's just a little one. They're just waiting to...
Yeah, because like they've seen that dogs have, demonstrated sentience and born into sentience quite often.
Do you think they're trying to culture an environment where that will happen? Put them in constant peril?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's some sort of weird training camp?
It could be. Or it maybe there was a mistake where two sentient dogs had a child and the child was born unsentient. And that is the puppy.
Right.
So now they're following it because it's an experiment. They're trying to see why that dog has been born without the sentience of the parents. So
we'll have to wait and see. But I'm waiting for that to develop. There's got to be a reason why we keep seeing these two. But I don't think we're going to get it from this.
I've really enjoyed them, though.
Yeah,
I really do enjoy their episodes because they're just
they're just having a nice time.
Yeah, it was nice to see the physics aspect.
They haven't been racist yet.
No, I know. Like you're safe with those two
because they can't
at least
talk
for a bit.
They can't talk and they never really meet anyone else.
No, it's quite good. Like the closest they came to meeting somebody there was the beaver.
Yeah.
And he was just...
There was that squirrel up the tree who didn't seem to give a solitary shit every time they banged into it.
No, he wasn't that bothered. Well, until the tree split in half.
He cared at the end.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the Two Curious Puppies, and I'm interested to see how it's going to develop.
Do you think at the end, where they crashed the giant snow dog into the thing and it made the dam...
Yeah. Was it Hoover Dam?
Do we think that's the Hoover Dam? Or do they copy it really well?
I think that was... The snow had come from water that had come from the Hoover Dam and remembered being in that shape and was just like, fuck it, I'm doing it, and did it. And that's because, you know, it was like, oh, I remember that shape. It was good.
It was a good shape.
Yeah. So almost homeopathic water.
Shall we go and visit our good pink boy for the first time?
Yeah, I think it's probably good. Hopefully he'll have a good year.
Hopefully his despotic tendencies have subsided somewhat.
Yeah.
This one's called Notes to You. I'm wondering if it's sort of like a memoir.
What, where he's just like remembering his past days as being a dictator?
The dictator. Maybe he's finally been locked up.
Pigavara. Anyway, yeah, let's
Okay,
have
we're watching Notes to You from September 20th, 1941. It's a cheeky Porky Pig number. What does everyone in the Tooniverse think is going to happen if you point a gun at someone and pull the trigger?
I don't know, because everybody seems genuinely surprised when the person on the other end of it gets hurt.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
genuinely surprised. It's like, well, you just point a gun and pull the trigger.
It's literally every time.
Yeah. And these are hunters. Like, our first experience of Porky was him hunting. Elmer Fudd, hunter. You know, everybody uses guns.
Yeah.
They're in a hunting capacity.
But every single time they
always surprised
land
when
a shot, they're like, I killed him.
Yeah, it's like, what do you expect? But that was such a weird episode, like, because we haven't seen many cats.
No.
And I think that's to do with the dog-heavy society.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's a big
That's
thing.
why they're all like alley cats and stuff.
So in this one, Porky's trying to get some kip. And I'll find it funny that he puts clothes on to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I assume gets up in the morning, takes it all off and just puts a jacket on. That's him done.
He's ready to go. Sometimes it's a dicky bow.
Yeah, sometimes it's it. But he also gets into bed head first, puts his head on the pillow, falls asleep, and then crawls his legs in. That's quite fun. But this alley cat comes up and starts warbling away, gets himself into tune.
Yeah.
His own tune, but a tune nonetheless. And then starts warbling away. Various different songs.
Yeah, he's got an eclectic taste.
He has. See, now what I'm thinking it actually is because Porky's not on the farm anymore.
No,
he's in the
Porky,
town.
He's in the town.
I think
there's been an uprising.
Well, I think that Porky has a townhouse for when he's working in the town. And I think he's got himself a job as a producer or director of a show. And the cat missed the opening day for the advertising, for the auditioning, and has thought, I'll go along to his house and I'll just audition now, which is why he's doing such a large rendition of various songs and various different things, but he just doesn't know when to stop.
Earlier would have been.
Yeah, I mean, like when
I think preferable.
Yeah, but he doesn't know because he's not part of society. He doesn't understand how society really works. He's just like, I want to be in the shows, and that's why I think he's there, really just going for it with such a broad, display of his.
But I think, why would Porky have the townhouse now?
Well, I'm thinking he's got a townhouse, like for when he's doing the city jobs. Can't go all the way back to the farm every time.
Yeah, but how much of that is he going to do since he's declared the farm, or at least his part of the farm, a nation state, and he's just rolling over that?
I don't know. Maybe he just outsources himself. You know,
he just goes, I've got some bits to do.
Yeah, I can't run.
I guess because he doesn't have an administration. Yeah. It's just him.
It's possible it's all just collapsed around him.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's been some sort of uprising. I think only time will tell. We'll have to see where he is in the next few episodes.
Yeah.
When the cat dies,
we've
seen what we've seen before, the 9 lives.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Now, the lives are numbered.
Yeah.
Now, do we think there's any sort of hierarchical system, like, amongst
life
them?
1 being better than life 9?
Well, it's hard to tell, because it's like... Would it be... Which would be better? Like, being the last to die, as it were.
Yeah.
That's a hard, difficult
concept
to get my head around.
When you talk about the 9 lives of a cat.
Or the one who's been dead longest and knows what's going on.
I think the most important life is the last one you lose.
Yeah.
Well, because for us, the most important life you lose is the only one you've got.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah. That's also the first one.
It is, but... if you had several lives,
you wouldn't be.
You'd be like, oh well, I've lost one. That's annoying.
Yeah, but that's important. But your last the cat itself. like while it's alive.
But as long as it has lives in it can grab them back.
Yeah, but my point is the 8. If there were 8 lives, lost, just hanging around in the afterlife, doing their cat ghost bit,
auditioning for this one,
and then the last one turns up, is he just in charge now?
I don't know if he's in charge. I think the importance isn't necessarily like a direct representation of like who's in charge. Because
the last life you lost, like probably the best in terms of like a face for whatever you're running. Like it's like do you know what, you did well.
Yeah.
But the first one you lost, she's been a ghost for the longest, maybe operating in a sort of consigliere sort of role.
Yeah, I mean...
you go to him for advice about ghost stuff.
It's possible that the lives inside aren't numbered. They're numbered as they come out.
As they come out,
So the first one that's lost, that's the weakest one. Because that's the one that gave up the ghost the quickest. Literally. Whereas number 9... He's the one who stuck it out. He's like, no, I'm staying. I'm in this for the long run.
Yeah.
So
and he's been in there alone for a long time. Yeah. I'm imagining it's a bit like Numbskulls.
Yeah.
They're just in there.
Yeah.
Talking about, arguing about stuff.
Doing their own bit. They've each controlled.
Maybe that's
stuff.
why, like, the cat might lose his first few lives quite quick.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a mess in there. But as there's fewer and fewer,
they're gaining more and more control.
Yeah, it's more steady.
So number 9. He could be the general of an army.
Yeah. It might be why cats get real docile when they're past a certain age as well.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's one guy being real careful.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it. I'm not curious.
Because I imagine they don't know until they've left the body that that's a thing.
Yeah, potentially.
Because obviously you can pull some back in and find that out, but only within a few seconds.
Yeah, we have only seen that once, but we haven't...
But it was like immediate. Like you didn't have long.
No, but they did get strong. The cat did get stronger because he was aware.
Yeah,
he was aware of what was going on. Ah, there you go. That helps.
It's interesting.
But yeah, I did find it odd that they were numbered. Like, are they numbered like physically on themselves, or do they like put bibs on as they go out?
It looked like it was physically on them. It didn't look like any sort of garment.
T-shirt. No,
a t-shirt.
Some sort of t-shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
Did that raise anything else?
I mean, other than the fact that, like, Porky's just a bit of a dickhead. He was quite violent towards that cat.
He's getting quite Elmer these days.
Yeah,
he's getting quite, like, he's got real short fuse.
Yeah, like, he was very, like, didn't care about animal abuse at all. Oh, there was a sentient vase.
There was.
That vase was real sentient.
It didn't know whether it wanted to hear the rest of that song or not.
No. But it did come back for more. Yeah, I mean, it came back to finish its job. It concluded
that it didn't want to.
Yeah.
Porky threw a vase out.
Yeah.
And it stopped just before the cat, and it would leave him alone if he didn't go, Figaro.
Yeah.
But he tried his luck a bit too much.
He did.
And the vase swooped back round, smashed him up.
It did a good job. The fact that it had control over its, over its own direction. It's pretty good. But there again, we've seen that with the engine. The engine was in one of the first episodes we watched.
That's true. I thought of a flaw in your audition theory.
Okay.
So, at one point, he puts Porky very quietly to bed.
Yes. Very lovingly as well. Gives him a little kiss.
A little kiss. Sings him a little lullaby. Puts him to bed. And then he just whacks the jukebox on really loud, dances around.
No, it's true.
Like,
it's not the sort of thing you would do in an audition, is it?
No. And it's like, if he'd gone back outside and resumed his song, I'd be like, okay, well, that's a weird way of operating, but like,
maybe he's trying to demonstrate his improv ability.
He shouldn't have.
Well, no,
it wasn't good.
No, but I mean, his whole audition idea was terrible. I mean, that was kind of just a why is that cat there? Because he was targeting Porky specifically.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and he had a full repertoire of songs that he wanted to get through. He wouldn't take no for an answer.
He wouldn't take a bullet for an answer. All of his life just sat outside the window.
And carried on singing.
Carried on.
Commitment to the cause.
Tremendous.
Yeah, it was good. But, we might find out more later about cats.
We might. I don't think in this episode, though. We're going to find out about bats, I think.
Oh, okay.
The next episode is called The Brave Little Bat, and it's a Sniffles number.
Maybe one of Sniffles' cousins.
Is that how it works? Maybe. Who knows? Okay, we're watching The Brave Little Bat from September 27th, 1941. You drunk.
Oh, it's insane. What was he doing behind the wheel of a car?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was a wind-up car.
Yeah, but he still has to drive it.
Yeah, badly as well. It was all
It
over
was
the
all
place.
over the road.
And he seemed very surprised when the thing just conked out on him.
Yeah.
Oh, it must have broken. Yes, yes, it must have, Sniffles. Well done. The whole thing just fell apart on you like a clown
So
car.
Sniffles is driving back, presumably from the pub,
I guess so.
after about 8 pints.
Yeah. And
His car
actual
falls-
pints, and he's a
His
mouse.
car falls apart,
Yeah.
and he takes shelter in an old windmill
That seems of
where
it.
he meets a bat.
Yes. Look, it starts off looking like Toothless the Dragon.
Yeah, but only for a second. As soon as he gets up close, it's like, it's basically just a mouse, but
It's
with wings.
Sniffles with wings.
It's wearing clothes, but its
Yeah.
wings sort of join like the arm of its shirt to like the torso of its shirt. Like,
Yeah.
is it like a wingsuit? Is it just a mouse?
In a wingsuit.
Yeah.
Potentially.
But like the smartest wingsuit in the world, like it's
Yeah.
a button-up shirt.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when he flaps his arms, he can go off. He can really fly. He flies really well. I'm thinking that maybe, like, you know, we've got t-shirts and stuff like that, and we've got holes cut into them for our appendages.
It's just got
so possibly I
an
think
extra
it's just a slit there just so he can wear
Yeah,
clothes.
but that would just make it a
and fly.
poncho if you think about it.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just a smart poncho.
Because like for the
Like,
wings to be
putting a button
attached,
around the bottom.
it would have to be. I guess you could have the cuff
Yeah.
and the
And then,
bottom
but like button up, so you can just
Yeah.
undo it and tear it off.
bat around.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah, he meets a bat. They get chased by the cat, as
Yeah.
is their want of an episode.
Batty talks real quick
Yeah, he's like he's
and has
had a
no
little,
concept of what a mouse is.
little dab of speed.
Yeah, I think
Before
that's
the
that's
episode.
basically what happened.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to know what a mouse is, but then also casts a lot of opinions on what mice should and should not be doing. He's like, I didn't know mice slept upside down, whereas he'd only heard of mice 7 seconds ago when Sniffles said, I'm a mouse.
And then he was like wiggling about, and he was like, "Oh, do mice normally do that? You look like a worm. Worms are slimy. Are you friends with a worm?" Yes, he is friends with a worm.
Yeah.
Bookworm. It's his best friend. It's his drinking buddy.
We don't know. We don't. Was he with Bookworm earlier that evening?
I'm thinking he was. I'm thinking Bookworm went home early.
Bookworm wouldn't get in the car with him.
Yeah, because, you know, but apparently friends do let friends drive in the Tooniverse. Bookworm should have stopped him, man. He should have. I think he got a cab home earlier in the night.
Yeah.
And he was just like, look at the time, I'm done. Sniffles, I think you should come with me. So I was like, nah, one more drink, come on, one more drink. And he's just pounding them back. Yeah, so he goes back to read a book, obviously.
As is his one.
Yeah. And then he goes on to meet the bat. But, obviously, distant cousin. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
Just a mouse with wings.
It was absolutely. I mean, it looked so much like in the episode where it was like his 3 brothers or whatever, like, but just with
wings.
With
and
wings.
slightly different ears.
and slightly pointier ears.
Yeah, and clogs.
And clogs, yeah. What's the clogs? What was that? Just because he was in a windmill? Oh, it's giving me the European vibe again.
Yes,
though.
yeah. I think it's definitely the fact that's like the European
These
end
Sniffles,
of things.
we're narrowing it down. I'm saying I'm going to go. Sniffles is a Dutch
Yeah.
mouse.
That kind of helps. Windmill, clogs.
Windmill.
Non-sentient cat as well.
Yeah,
So the cat, obviously just a normal cat.
yeah. They're definitely not. That their sort of sentience in society hasn't come along quite as far as the Toon USA
No.
vibe.
I think they seem to be leading the way on sentience.
But yeah, it's nice to lock down where Sniffles is from, because we've been getting that European vibe for a while.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
this feels pretty conclusive to me.
Oh, sorry, the bat house. Just an upside down house. Like it had a thatched roof on the bottom, a chimney coming out the bottom. It was
Blinds
just like,
still open up.
yeah, weird. I'm a bat, but he said I'm only upside down when I'm sleeping. But his whole house is upside down.
Yeah.
Like we didn't get to see inside. Are his tables stuck to the roof?
I hope we do get to see inside. I hope Batty, as he seems to have just been.
Yeah,
dubbed.
I want to see more of Batty. The thing is he wasn't a named character though,
No.
was he? So
But he could crop up again.
he could.
Yeah, it's happened.
I want to see more bats. I want more insight into bat society.
Yeah, how similar they are to mice, because I was also thinking, mice are baby elephants.
Yeah.
So...
What does a bat grow up into? Oh, God.
Dumbo?
Potentially. Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a weird one.
Yeah.
Oh. But the thing is Dumbo's a child.
Oh, shit. But he's not a...
But yeah, different universe though, isn't it? So...
Yeah. Who knows?
Hey, hopefully we will.
Hopefully.
Eventually, in the next 20 years, we will have the answer to all these questions and more.
Stay tuned, folks.
For the next 20 years.
20 years.
Well,
shall we go and give the Porky Piggy Bank a shake?
let's go give it a rattle. I don't think Christmas has been kind to it, though.
No. I don't think it has either. Let's go and find out.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so if you enjoy the show as much as we enjoy making the show, please consider visiting Kaiju FM and having a look at the Support Us page. Basically, we've set up a Patreon account, and yeah, if you can afford even $1 a month, if you listen to the show, that's 25 cents an episode.
Yeah, it's less than a cup of coffee.
It's for the whole month. It's less than a cup of coffee.
And people drink a lot of coffee.
Exactly. Otherwise, give us a review on iTunes, give us a rating on iTunes. That all helps the visibility of the podcast and helps us out. We're going to keep making it for free.
Because we love it.
Because we love visiting our good big boy.
Yeah, we do. And seeing bats, worms.
Exactly.
Upside down houses.
You're really into that.
Really want to see more bats.
If you can't afford to give us anything, that's fine as well. But just tell some people about the podcast.
Tell everybody.
Help us out, because we like doing it, and we want to reach more people.
Yeah, we want more people to enjoy listening to it.
And also just chime in on the Twitter or just email us and just get involved in the conversation.
Yeah, find us on Facebook.
We want to hear your theories. Yeah,
I think that's about it. Cartoons, yeah. I might put kettle on.
Good thinking.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cartoons.
Yeah,
we're back to our good pink boy.
He's back, and he's back in a big way.
Called Robinson Crusoe Jr. That sounds like he's way off-piste.
Maybe he's just off on another adventure. He does do that a lot.
Maybe it's...
They do normally end up bad, though.
Well, let's not forget that there is at least one more Porky Pig knocking around.
Ah, that is true. We do have Porky the Fourth just being about, don't we?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to say that for sure now. Let's watch the cartoon.
Okay.
Robinson Crusoe Jr., October 25th, 1941.
Your voice has gone like mine.
It has.
Catching.
Okay, let's just tackle when we think this episode is set, or whether we think it's a story, or whether we think it's a portal opening, or a flashback, or a...
Well, I think because it has kind of like...
titles.
Yeah, like titles and...
flashcards.
Just like explaining what was happening and when it was happening. It's either something that's happened in Porky's past and now he's making a show of it, or... it's a show. I don't think it's the portal opening on the past.
Yeah,
unless
you see,
the agency's putting up.
I thought it was him putting on a show of the past until they referred to him actually outside of the title of the episode as Robinson Crusoe. So I think it is just
a show.
He's doing a Robinson Crusoe story, which might have been why he was in town. Maybe he goes into town to do his shows.
Yeah, to do his bits.
And then he goes back to the farm. So, I mean, it wasn't long before we had blackface. But I think we knew that was coming.
Well, yes. Yeah. It was, I think, inevitable.
Yeah, it was an odd one. Like,
it was just him getting washed up on a desert island. What was interesting was all the rats getting off.
yeah,
And
some rats
knowing
got off the
something was
boat
going to
and
go
said, "No, we've got to get off the boat. Something's going to go wrong."
But if it was a show, then
Yeah, but
there's
maybe.
no nefarious needs to that, is there?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, maybe he's trying to put a message across. Maybe something's going on, like in 1941 in Toon society that makes
Underground rat terrorism.
rats sort of the scapegoat at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't
And
haven't
he's
portrayed
just
themselves
and he's just
well.
pandering to that.
Yeah, they haven't portrayed themselves well in previous episodes.
No, but then are they portraying themselves, or are they the roles a rat can get?
Possibly.
It's just like you can be the coward at the beginning getting off the boat, or the terrorist who sabotaged the boat, whichever way we're going to interpret that.
Yeah. I mean, like it's not surprising with Porky that he would go down that sort of route. Like,
No, it's not surprising at all.
Like we know what his character is at the moment. We know who he is.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really difficult to shake that going forwards.
I think it is. I mean, he must learn from his mistakes.
Yeah, but it was just like earlier on, it was like kind of endearing. It was like, he just doesn't know. It's almost like he's being like he's in some episodes and he just doesn't really know any better. But now it's gotten to the stage where it's like, it is you, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is just him. It's possible that the Porky that we knew growing up isn't the Porky that is now. Maybe it's not this Porky.
Yeah, there's absolutely a chance he's going to switch out in that time.
Yeah, and we just end up with a better Porky.
Maybe.
I hope so.
So, I mean, during the episode, it was mainly Friday sung a song about coffee and tea.
Yes.
And a song about beans.
Yes. Built a house.
He did all the work.
Yeah. Very ingenious house, though. Because it was like it was on stilts, but it was a lift as well.
Yeah. You just step in your front door, out of danger, straight up.
Easy done.
There's a number of sentient animals on the island. Like, there's monkeys playing, like, chess with each other. there was a little tiger who was doing some recycling.
Yeah, very, socially conscious animals on this island, sentient.
Yeah, so it's like, it's interesting because I think up until now, at least, we've presumed that the US is ahead of the curve in that regard.
Yeah.
But actually, in terms of like civilization, they probably are. But it looks like there's been at least pockets of super sentience on like islands and things for a long time.
Very, very sort of isolated, kind of like Madagascar.
They're just getting on with stuff.
Yeah, they're kind of just doing their normal stuff. Like there was some, I think, chimpanzees playing cards at the table.
Yeah. And
they were playing cards under the table as well. They were using their
feet.
Their prehensile feet.
We also saw a monkey trying to climb a tree and being incapable of it. No matter how much your sort of animal side subsides when you get like a human level sentience, but then it panned up.
Yeah, and it was a
slippery elm.
Yeah, he couldn't climb it because it was slippery.
It was slippery.
Yeah.
Turned out he was fine. He could have done it.
Yeah,
any second.
Yeah, but slippery elms.
Porky, Robinson Crusoe, I guess, in this situation, finds some human footprints, leads him to a cave. He gets chased out by like a tribe.
Yeah.
More blackface. Great.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Then he gets down to the coast, and there's an axe in a log.
Yeah.
Why is that axe there?
Who knows?
I'm
guessing he was chopping up some wood.
Yeah, but would he have like a woodsman's axe?
It's hard to say, really. Maybe Friday had it. Maybe
Friday's killed before.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets the axe and he really quickly just chops the log into a speedboat.
Yeah, like why didn't he do this earlier?
Why did he do that in the first place?
Yeah.
It's only when confronted with either
imminent death
or just a race of people he doesn't like.
Yeah. But he brings Friday in the boat with him.
Well, Friday Friday jumps in the boat. I don't know what Friday seems fickle in his allegiances. Guy washes up on the shore. He goes, "Yeah, fine, I'll be your friend now."
well, it's more I'll be your slave now than I'll
He
be your
got
friend.
his hat
He did get a hat.
and coffee and tea
Yeah.
and beans,
Maybe he was happy about that.
on which he isn't keen.
Maybe that was a good enough trade for his freedom.
Yeah, he's got his priorities all over
All
the place.
out of
But yeah,
whack.
they jump on the speedboat. The spears from the tribe are flying through the air towards the boat. And they just put an American flag on the back.
Yeah.
And the spears just drop into the water.
Yeah.
And then they get their little V
for victory.
dash sign out.
And that's it. Like,
Finn.
yeah, and the thing is that just a... Are they showing that, like, around this sort of time to say that, like, you know, the American Navy is strong? Like, you know, it cannot be defeated by anything. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
guess
victory. Because, that's it, it was a Second World War thing. Like, 3 dots, 1 dash.
Because I'll be interested to
V for
see how the
victory.
war pans out in the Tooniverse. Because I'm wondering if, you know, when the war was getting really bad out here, I'll be interested to see if there's anything that concludes that they have gone to war in the Tooniverse. Because they might not. They might just be like showing some sort of solidarity through the war.
Yeah, possibly.
Go,
I mean,
do you know what? We know you 3D types are having
oh,
a
you
hard
3D
time right
peeps.
now. Having a hard time right now. Just want you to know
We're behind you.
we're behind you.
But not in a physical sense.
Not in a physical sense. Because last time that happened, it went.
It
to
did
pot.
not go. Yeah, it did not go well. We don't seem to have had any toons escaping. As well, I haven't seen anything quite. I'm thinking the agency have really hammered down on this.
Either that or it's very controlled. I'm like, you know, as long as they know where everyone is and what they're doing, it's okay. Because like nothing dreadful happened in particular when they filmed that episode in our world.
No,
with the 2 Porcos.
No, but that was a very controlled.
That's what I mean. Very controlled environment. But yeah, it got me thinking, like, where does the agency, like, meet? Is there, like, a limbo universe?
I'm thinking possibly they just meet in that theatre in the first 3 rows. You know, because that's
Maybe that theatre's no longer a theatre. Like, the room's like a theatre, but it's still got to have the big round table.
Yeah, real dark lights.
An ancient lobster.
Yeah.
For its free thing.
The precogs. Because there was precogs, remember?
So for 3 precogs. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not
surprised
surprised by Porky anymore. Like, I'm still disappointed, but I'm just not surprised that it's just like, oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, I just don't know. It's just like the racism has got to a point where it's almost not worth commenting on, which is very depressing.
Well, it's kind of like when you open a Kinder Egg toy and it's just not very good. It's not. I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah,
like the Kinder Surprise is no longer a surprise.
It's just a Kinder disappointment.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, we've got time for another.
We have time for
Porky
one more.
Pig
Do we want to do
disappointment.
one more?
I think we should. Let's get into it because that leaves us next week with Bugs and
straight
Elmer.
in with Bugs and Elmer.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's.
Bugs hasn't let us down yet. I mean, apart from that Censored 11 episode which we skipped and didn't mention.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention. Yeah, earlier this episode we did skip.
It was the one just before Sniffles, so in between Two Curious Puppies and Sniffles.
One called All This and Rabbit Stew.
Yeah, part of the Censored 11 lot, wasn't it?
So, just for information's sake, didn't watch that.
No.
Because
don't want
we've seen some of the stuff that isn't censored.
Yeah. Like, what classes are censored? Like, how bad does it have to be?
Like, at some point, I think we probably do have to do a really depressing episode where we just watch the censored 11.
So we'll do, like, a late night episode, you know, like kind of like when they did, like, the Hollyoaks late night thing.
Not safe for work.
Yeah. We'll do something like that.
And it'll be miserable.
It's going to be
really
horrible.
Depressed.
Maybe we should just get drunk for it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll wait till we've got the last of the censored 11, and then we'll go, okay.
Let's get drunk and watch some horrific cartoons.
But right now, we're going to watch Porky's Midnight Matinee. Sounds like he might be back on the farm, putting on shows for
forcing people
his
to
oppressed population.
I've got a unicorn. You don't have a unicorn.
Oh, you're fearless leader. So let's join our illustrious leader for Porky's Midnight Matinee, November 22nd, 1941.
We almost did it. We almost got through one episode.
Yeah, so close. The last shot.
Like, literally the last second. And Porky just went, I'm a dickhead. Fucking hell. Honestly. The ant's back.
The ant's back. Porky seems to be working at a cinema.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes there.
As like a boy.
Like a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a sweet pink boy. He's running around singing about how he should be in the pictures. For some reason, there's an ant in a cage there.
Yeah, but it was something to do with the show, so I don't think it's just a sound. I think it's a theatre as well.
Yeah, but that's quite common. Like, I think they'd show like footage from like the expedition. But basically, this ant is worth like $160 million or something.
It's a lot. It's very rare.
But it's definitely the ant from before.
Yes, same ant, same tutu, same bone in the head.
Yeah. So Porky doesn't seem to remember this ant.
No.
At all.
He's had a lot of knocks on the head, though.
Yeah, but he did go and, like, that ant saved him from something, I can't remember what, some sort of, I want to say a bear?
Yeah, I'm thinking his stardom's gone to his head, though. I think he doesn't remember all the little people that have helped him get to where he is now.
Okay, so my thinking...
But an ant's an ant.
So, it's an expensive ant. It gets Porky to let it out. Yeah. Before he notices that it's worth $160 million.
Yeah, Porky's very easily led in this episode.
And then, it's basically him trying to get the ant back in the cage, for the most part. The ant, on several occasions, really tries to kill Porky.
Oh, yeah. He's...
Makes him drink turpentine.
Yeah, as a remedy for the mustard he made him gob into his mouth. After he managed to make him smash his hand to smash the jar of mustard on his hand.
So... There's that, and then he swaps out a stick of candy that Porky's trying to lure him back with a stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
But in the end, that gets swapped back, and although Porky tries to stop the ant getting blown up, the ant gets blown up.
Doesn't try that hard.
But then, somehow, the effect of the dynamite is largely that the ant's back in the cage, charred.
Yeah.
And then blackface.
Yeah.
Finn.
Yeah. Totally unnecessary at the end there. Just like, could have definitely got through the episode better.
But the question we've got to ask ourselves is, why is Porky in the movie theatre? That's the biggie.
Maybe this isn't Porky the Third.
So I think this might be the Porky that comes after.
You reckon?
I think this might be...
Porky the Fifth?
The Fifth. He's there, he's singing about how he should be in the pictures.
Yeah.
It's just his normal
He wants to be... Which is why he doesn't remember the ant.
He doesn't. That's why he doesn't remember the ant.
And actively wasn't part of blackface at the end.
Actively wasn't part of blackface at the end.
Passively, yes.
But was trying to stop that from happening.
He didn't try hard, though, did he? He just went, there's dynamite. Well, he didn't even say there's dynamite. He just went, I'm pointing down, by the way.
Yeah. Good radio gestures again.
Yeah, I'm really good at them. But he didn't really try that hard. He could have tried harder, I think. But... actively not part of it. It
explains why he's got a job just as a boy in the theatre. It explains why he doesn't remember the ant.
Yeah.
He's really excited about the $160 million, although I think even Porky the Third would be. I think he's still, even though he's deluded into thinking he runs the greatest nation state in the world.
Yes.
Porkytopia.
I like it.
I don't think he's so deluded as to think that he couldn't do with $160 million.
But the thing is, he wasn't going to get that money. That's just how much the ant was worth. Like, returning it wasn't going to get him that cash.
Oh yeah, he could have held it hostage. He could have sold it on the black market.
That is true. That is true. So yeah, that is possibly, very possibly Porky the Fifth, because I think Porky the Third, God knows where Porky the Fourth is, but
Mexico last we saw him.
Yeah, I'm thinking Porky the Third he's going to get offed. I think that's...
Yeah, well, I think the ant was trying.
Yeah, I think the ant's got the wrong Porky.
Yeah, I think this is a botched job.
Yeah. Right, the ant assassin, because he's silent and sneaky, but...
And this also explains why, when he's on the tightrope following the ant, why his arse crack is so very pronounced compared to the Porky we've seen before. Because Porky's been running around without any trousers on for a long time. And we've never seen that. level.
It was
of
definitely
crack.
definitely the most prominent thing when he was on that tightrope. When it started wobbling, and he turned around, it was like, well, there's his butt crack. Like,
He went up through the tail.
yeah, I know.
Like
His tail was coming out of his butt cheeks.
It was disconcerting.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a pig stood up, so I don't know how far up that crease would go.
But I suppose we can we've got something at least that we can be on the lookout for when trying to identify different porkies.
Okay,
Because we know Porky the Fourth, it's like hamming up the stutter.
Yeah,
Like you're overdoing it.
Yeah.
Please stop. And he looks a little younger.
Porky the Third, potentially not a large butt crack.
Yeah. This one.
Large butt crack.
Large butt crack. So that's something to look out for. But yeah, we've got to be on assassination watch for Porky the Third because my God, that's got to happen.
I mean, yeah, I think it's likely. I'm thinking before the end of the war, I reckon it's going to be made to look like Porky died in the war as a hero.
It's also going to be the time, the best time to sort of brush that under the rug.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sort of no one will notice.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
That's it. I'm thinking it's going to be like, that hero Porky.
Yeah.
He is his replacement, but he wasn't a hero. He got done in by an ant, potentially.
An ant. Yeah, so that's where we're leaving it.
Yeah,
with potentially another new Porky in the wings.
Good start to the year, I think.
Good start to the year on Assassination Watch.
Yeah,
we'll start next week with some Bugs and Elmer by the looks of things, and
hopefully my voice will be better and I don't sound so weird.
Cal will be able to speak.
Yeah, at least.
Well, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, see what happens.
But until then, join us next week. We'll watch some more cartoons, find out what's going on.
Yeah, we will.